Let's jump right into this. Today, we are diving deep into a classic folktale that seriously has it all. We're talking high-stakes royal dilemmas, ancient magic, clever riddles, and a hero overcoming absolutely impossible odds. We're going to unpack the story of a humble blacksmith whose entire destiny changes through practical skill, unyielding honesty, and some incredibly quick thinking. So let's see exactly how wit and virtue can completely rewrite the script of your life in today's Explainer.
Okay, so picture this. You are working your everyday job, doing exactly what you've always done, and suddenly an inanimate object speaks directly to your mind. Seriously, what would you do if a lock just started talking to you? I know, it sounds completely absurd, right? But this whimsical touch of magical realism is the exact inciting incident that hooks us right into the world of our protagonist.
Which brings us to part one, Ramesh's poverty and struggle.
So, meet Ramesh. He's a local village blacksmith, and, well, times are incredibly tough for him. I mean, he's at the point where he has to sell a simple pair of iron tongs just to scrape together a few meager coins for his sick mother, Sarojini's medicine. He simply doesn't have the capital to even buy raw iron. Meanwhile, across the realm, the king possesses unimaginable wealth, just a massive royal treasure. But there's a catch. He is completely locked out of it. So you've got two men, both absolutely desperate, but on entirely opposite ends of the spectrum.
Before the magic actually happens, we really have to understand the emotional weight of Ramesh's situation. Speaking to his wife, Meena, his desperation is just palpable. He says, "I don't understand what to do. You see our condition. We are neither able to live nor die." This isn't just a fun story about getting rich. It's a desperate baseline of survival. And that's exactly what makes his next steps so incredibly brave.
And that takes us to part two, the king's unopenable lock.
Over at the royal palace, the king and his chief minister are standing in front of this royal vault, and they are utterly baffled. We aren't talking about some rusty, forgotten padlock here. This is a massive, heavily oiled lock that has literally never jammed before. Yet for some totally inexplicable reason, the original key just refuses to turn. Out of sheer frustration after watching numerous master blacksmiths try and completely fail to forge a working key, the king makes a sweeping proclamation. He announces a massive, life-changing reward for anyone who can pop open this stubborn lock. Well, word travels fast. When Ramesh hears about this back in his village, he realizes this is it. This is the single golden opportunity he needs to save his family. So, with his mother's blessing, he leaves the village to go try his luck at the palace.
Moving on to part three, the magic lock's strange condition.
Ramesh arrives at the palace, crafts a key, and fails, just like all the others. But, right as he's questioning everything, the lock actually whispers a secret that only he can hear. It says, "If you want to open me, you will need magic iron. Only you can hear my voice." It only speaks to Ramesh because it recognizes his pure, honest heart. Now, when Ramesh tells the king that the lock demanded magic iron, they immediately mock him. They think the stress has completely made him lose his mind. But Ramesh knows exactly what he heard. Despite all the king's skepticism, Ramesh asks for exactly 1 week. He sets this strict ticking clock for his quest. He tells the king, "Give me 1 week to fetch this magic iron. If I don't return, call another blacksmith." The king, basically having no better options at this point, agrees, and the countdown begins. Now for part 4, the search for the magic iron. Leaving the safety of the palace, Ramesh heads blindly into the vast, unknown forest, with that desperation creeping right back in. But his journey takes a really interesting turn when he stumbles upon a wise ascetic, a sadhu, just sitting under a tree. Recognizing Ramesh's genuine distress, the sadhu points him toward his final destination, which is the northern mountain. But the sadhu offers a pretty cryptic warning along with his directions. He tells Ramesh, if you want to get the magic iron, you will have to go to the north, where there is a huge mountain. That mountain can also speak. I mean, think about the escalating stakes here. First a talking lock, and now a talking mountain? Ramesh is stepping entirely out of the mundane world and straight into a realm of ancient magic.
Which brings us to part 5, the Talking Mountain's 2 riddles.
Ramesh finally arrives at this massive northern mountain. As he calls out, he accidentally wakes it from a deep slumber. The earth literally shakes, and the mountain roars a furious threat. "Who are you, and how dare you disturb my sleep? I will kill you." Naturally, Ramesh is terrified, but he stands his ground and explains his noble intentions. The mountain, realizing that only a pure-hearted person could have been sent by the magic lock in the first place, actually agrees to give him the iron. But only if Ramesh can win a high-stakes battle of wits and answer 2 riddles. So here is the mountain's first challenge. Take a quick second to ponder this alongside Ramesh. The mountain asks, what is the thing that does not float in water? Now, obviously there are tons of things that sink, but remember who our protagonist is. What's the most natural answer for him?
Ramesh answers almost instantly. Iron. As a blacksmith, his deep practical knowledge serves him absolutely perfectly here. He explains that iron is heavy and sinks straight to the bottom. The mountain confirms this is the correct answer, so Ramesh passes the first test. But this second riddle is designed to be way more deceptive.
The mountain asks, what is the thing that is made of gold but is not precious? Now, if you're reading the original Hindi text of the story, this is a brilliant linguistic trap. It completely stumps Ramesh at first. I mean, how can something made of gold not be valuable, right? He pauses, his mind is just racing, and time is running out. Then it hits him. Ramesh suddenly realizes the mountain is using a very clever pun. You see, in Hindi, the word sona actually has 2 meanings. It means gold, but it also means to sleep. The mountain isn't asking about a literal object made of precious metal. It's asking about something used for sleeping. So he shouts the answer, a charpai, which is a traditional woven bed. The mountain is incredibly impressed by this deduction and immediately yields a piece of the glowing magic iron. And that leads us to our final act, part 6, Ramesh's victory and reward. Armed with the magic iron, Ramesh races back just in the nick of time. He forges a new key, slides it into that unyielding lock, and with a satisfying click, the heavy vault doors finally swing open. The king is so overwhelmed with sheer joy at recovering his vast treasure that he doesn't just give Ramesh the promised reward. Because Ramesh achieved the absolute impossible, the king gives him a 2x multiplier. That's double the massive royal reward. So his honesty and perseverance literally paid off twofold. So we arrive at a truly heartwarming conclusion. Ramesh safely returns to his village with immense wealth. His mother, Sarojini, and his wife, Meena, are just overjoyed and relieved. The family's days of crushing poverty, of not knowing if they can even afford medicine or food, are over forever. This whole story is such a great reminder that when you combine practical hard work with an honest heart and sharp, quick thinking, you really can completely rewrite your destiny. Which brings us to our final takeaway. True wealth wasn't just the treasure in the royal vault. It was Ramesh's intelligence, his practical skills, and his unyielding hard work. So I want to leave you with this thought to ponder today. What stubborn, unopenable lock are you facing in your life right now? And what magic iron of your own knowledge and perseverance do you need to forge the key? Keep learning, keep pushing, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.